Suggestion from Kevonte closed. Link to his channel in the description. Go give him a subscribe. Cinemaphobia, originally known as Lens of Dementia. Directed, edited, produced, and starring James Rolfe, best known as the Angry Video Game Nerd. Before then, he was a filmmaker, or at least a home filmmaker. He plays this overworked actor starring in a bunch of horror action movies. Then this crazy looking dude with all these piercings and Adidas hat asks him to sign a skull for him, which is a prop from one of his movies. He does and drives away. To film this scene, they strapped the camera to the hood of the car and drove with it. And of course, it fell off and busted the camera a little. He gets home and has one message on his phone.
Had one new message. Message 1. Hey Mark, this is Mike Ford from Twisted Pictures Productions.
He gets a call from Twisted Pictures Productions, which, funny enough, 3 years after this movie was made, a real Twisted Pictures, best known for the Saw franchise, was made. Well, that's a coincidence. Aw man, this actor's so rich he has Elio's Pizza. Cardboard. Washes it down with some nice wine with a candlelit dinner, watching some of his old movies in his very 90s, early 2000s middle-class living room. The film he's watching is an actual film, Snicks 4, or The Rotting Corpse of Snicks, also starring in everything by James Rolfe. Which is interesting because those films weren't be released until 2013, so this is some of the only footage of Snicks that was probably around for a long time. But then he switches to watching golf, which is a reference to Bill Murray. He has hallucinations of the film crew showing up. Fun fact, that makeup guy is a guy named John, who is the only member of the cast other than James to be in anything else. And he's actually been in real movies as a stunt actor. This is only one of his 4 movies he acted in. And the other one, James got him back for the AVGN movie, which is pretty surprising. So then James goes to bed with his grandma decorations and has a really trippy, surreal dream sequence. This zombie actress is actually James's mom in a mask. But then a Super 8 camera appears and starts haunting him. It's honestly pretty impressive they got this camera to move and didn't get anybody in the shot. James tries escaping through the front door, but he comedically has all of his locks on, and then the door gets stuck in the carpet, which is a joke later, nearly shot for shot, except for the carpet scene is recreated in his Friday the 13th on NES review. But then the camera catches up. Oh no! So James lights that same candle from earlier and tosses it at him. And that one candle catches the whole house on fire. Remember, kids, don't play with fire. Then James sees a golf club, takes one out, swings at the camera, and smacks it into the fire. James escapes out the back door as the neighbors call the fire department. And fun fact, this fireman is played by a guy named Bob, who really did own that fire truck. Then James takes a stroll down to the river. But the camera survived!
It's just like in every horror movie. Just when you think the thing is dead, it comes back one more time. But you know what? I'm not afraid of you anymore, you bastard!
One low-resolution fight later. Then he tosses the camera into the river.
My life is not a movie.
The movie became self-aware. Find out more in the sequel, Cinemaphobia Reloaded, which 19 years later was planned but never made. This movie is as old as me. I would recommend this movie. It's pretty fun. It's definitely one of James' best films. It's pretty inspirational for all you home filmmakers out there.